What is up, Lit fam? It's me, Big Moist, here with Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz, back with Andy and Carmen, and we're here to talk about my favorite color of the set, the Rimmican Bonders set. They are quite honestly my favorite school in Relive. They very much cling on to Japanese tradition and ghost stories, so you're going to see a lot of ghostly figure cards in here, and their big shtick is Bonders. So 8-bar Bonders, absolutely clutch. You do a lot of bar ditching. Played this set in multiple major tournaments. Won not one but two Christmas events with this because it is all green, and a lot of people will want you to dip into other colors when playing Remican. Don't do it. It's a trap. Just play the green cards. And it should take about 20% of the time that the yellow set took because this is just there's not a lot of cards in this color. And building the deck is
Yeah.
basically cram 4 of the best of each of the levels into your deck and call it a wrap. But it's 8 bars. There's also bag bar, but bag is UP for unplayable. So let's get started, Andy.
Yeah. All right. So who is this character, Matt?
So there's like a cheat sheet to tell who is who. This is Yuyuko. She is the sleepy girl. Ichi is the punk girl. She's like into birds, and all of her, like her big thing is she's an idol
my God.
also. Tamao's the purple haired chick. She's the leader of Rimiken. She's like the traditional Japanese like fumaji dancer. I don't know how you actually say that word, but she does like the dances with the fans and all that stuff. Umi is the blonde haired girl. She used to be in the blue school, Sigfeld, but she left them to go to Rimiken. And Gachio is like the sleepy girl. And Rui is the one that's obsessed with Tamao, and the only reason she's an actress is because she wanted to be as good as a dancer as Tamao. And kind of sort of like the Frontier Girls, they're also kind of ditzy.
Okay, I wrote all that down.
Okay.
That's a lie. I didn't. You'll have to remind me every time. But I do. This is Yuyuko. When you play a climax, you get to choose one of your characters, give it 1,000 power, can be herself or anyone else. On play, you can sacrifice one of your characters with Bond to choose one of your characters. Or no, that's a startup. It's not on play. It's so an act ability. You can sacrifice a character with Bond to pump 2,500 power. And like Matt said before, that's the big gimmick of Rimikin is everything bonds. And you're playing an 8-bar deck, so you have plenty ways to get your climaxes out of your hand if you're flooding, and can have good access to pretty much any character in your deck with your bond effects. And then final effect on this, you can pay 1 and clock yourself and rest this. Choose a character level 1 or lower from your waiting room, add it to your hand. So Takitsubo effect.
Salvage Takitsubo is kind of weird, but I mean, like you literally need this card for, like.
Yeah, and even though it can only get level 1 or lowers, I believe there are ways level 1 or lowers that again everything has bond, so you can probably switch it.
Yeah,
into something else
you just literally convert whatever card into whatever card. If I
Yeah,
remember,
so what you're gonna do
if you
with this one
remember
usually-
your bond tree, you can get any card. I've seen Matt do it, so yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty.
Good.
The bonds are very strong with this. Their theme song is called "To Be a Butterfly." Beautiful. It's on YouTube. But you want to grab the Winged Tengu Ichi, which is the next card, or your level 1 Rui, which is the L1 climax combo that needs a reverse. But this is a green staple. It's a 3 to 4 of in pretty much every list. Although I think I have this thing solved, like Bill Nye the Science Guy has climate change solved.
You played it more than I think any human on the face of the earth, so I trust you.
I play it in my sleep, dude. With the
right.
accordion.
Moving on, next card. With this
Wing Tengu Ichi, right?
Wing Tengu
This
Ichi.
is Wing Tengu Ichi. This is a green staple.
All right, 1/0 green double rare. During your turn, for each of your other Revue characters, gets 500 power. Then was placed into the waiting room from the stage. Reveal up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. If you revealed a card, choose a Revue character, add it to hand, discard a card. On death, Rize with that swings in at 6/5. That is $20 Kirito. Good old profile. Yeah, it's totally
Kirito, $20. This 88 cents.
Yeah,
especially good with 8 bars.
I like this card for this deck.
This is a green stable. This is basically an auto include of anywhere between 3 and 4. I've played 4. I see some people that play no copies of this card. Those people are idiots. This is a
I mean,
green
this is
stable.
like your deck speed, right? Like this is like because
Yeah.
your combo doesn't move cards. This is how you move cards in green. Is this? If I'm
And I
remembering
can't believe
correctly.
it. Carmen finally giving an on death Rize a B.
Well, yeah,
And in Revue Starlight, no less.
yeah, because it's on death and not on reverse. Very important. Can't gaslight me, Andy. I know my
This
difference.
is our idol girl, Ichi. She's our collective waifu.
On reverse, bad. On death, good.
All right, so I guess it's my turn, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, this is my favorite card in green. This is the leader of the Rimiken school. She's like their senpai. This is Ghost Patrol Squad Deputy Captain Tamao Tomoe. And Andy used to make fun of me because I couldn't pronounce this chick's name. But this is your big finisher. You can easily, at least when I play this, especially with Bar, play anywhere between 2 or 3 of these on your finishing turn, and you just kind of go ham. But so it has, if you have 2 or more other Revue characters, it's either Revue characters or it's Rimiken characters. I believe
That's
it's
Revue.
That's Revue. Yeah.
Oh,
Revue.
okay. Yeah, I'm not Japanese. I can't read kanji or remanji. But this card gets
Well,
you
that's
plus
katakana,
1,500 power, and the following ability: continuous. During this card's battle, an opponent cannot play an event from hand. That was huge back in the day. I don't know if that's still huge or not, but that was huge
money.
back
People
in the
still play events. It's relevant.
day. When this card is placed on the stage of your hand, you heal. And then the climax combo is the I can't remember if it's Defenders of the Sleep Ghost Patrol Squadron or it's Ghost Patrol Squadron something, but it's the climax. You can see in a picture there. It clock kicks, which I think is super relevant. And you can kill with that, but I
There's
love this
also
card. This is the best card in Remiken. This will see play in 8 Standby Revue, which was a popular build in 2020. Sometimes you will see it as a one of in the Standby Pants deck, which is my personal favorite out of all of the Revue meta decks. This is kind of like your off meta deck where you just play all the good green cards. But yeah, this is the
it's
best.
interesting.
This is the best finisher in green. It's my favorite card.
And
Whether
if
or
I'm not wrong, Matt,
anti-event is
there's a
relevant.
second combo off this. It's this and another level 3 that burns, right?
It's this and Ghost Patrol Squadron Ichi, which is the chick with the bird legs.
Yeah, they
Or not
work
bird leg.
together.
Yeah, I think so. You have this clock kicker, and the other one's like a burn 4, I think. So you can like play them down on any combination you need. But it, like you mentioned, like yeah, this could see play in like 8 standby or a standby deck, just because like the anti-event effect.
It depends if you're in a meta where
thing.
that's relevant. If it is something you can do. Yeah,
Oh, dude, you're killing me with that C plus.
I
This
can't.
is why you play. This is why you play Remiken Bonders right here. Also, fun fact: Tamao Tomoe's VA is also also Setsuna from Love Live.
This part of it's just a clock kicker, so I can't rate it too high. The other part I think is a lot more. The Ichi is a lot more interesting.
I'll knock it up to the B because the anti-event is does give it some utility in other decks.
It's a little too small by itself, and you'd have to neg way too much hand.
I think the other half of it pumps though. I think the other.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say I remember the Ichi being a lot more wowing than this card. So.
Yeah, the Ichi slaps, but everybody pulls the SSP. Sell me your SSP, Tamao.
All right, next.
Yep. Who's the girl with the mandolin, Matt?
This is Fumi. This is Shiori's sister from the blue school Sigfeld.
Yep, and this is just a 4K level 0 if you have 2 or less stock. I imagine you would play a number of these in the green deck.
It's 3. You can also pull this card out as a bond, I believe, like something bonds to this. I play this as a 3 of. This is a 3 for 3 of.
I imagine if you're trying to splash green in another build too, this is probably like Uh, Probably like one of the better green fixes. Just a universally good level 0.
I guess. I mean, you don't really splash green with any of the schools in this set because the schools are just so self-contained. Like that 8 standby deck, the only green card they play is the Tamao because you just stand by
Just
the
as like a
Tamao.
one of it's a
Yeah. So like this is a Rimikin. This is a Rimikin card if I've ever seen one.
All right, next. Nobody has to waste their turn on this. This is just a 2K backup.
Yeah, it's played in Rimikin. I think I have it as a
2K
You
green.
probably can- You can play it in like standby builds or whatever else too, I guess. But I think there's another. No, they'd play a red. There's a red 2K counter in the first set.
Yeah, it's just if you need green, it exists. All right, next we got the 1-0 combo. What's this one called, Matt? What's the card name?
This is the Rui. And it you can pull this card off of a bond, like something bonds to this card. The one thing that sucks about it, and I remember this being a problem when I played this like religiously, is you do need the reverse. I don't know if that's still
Yeah, I was gonna
relevant
say.
or not.
Well, yeah, it's more relevant than ever. The fact that this card is 5K before anything else. This is hella rough, dude. This is.
If you're going to play this deck, there is no other L1 combo to play. This
Yeah,
is
I
it.
know
This
you
is
have
as
to
best
play
as
it.
gets.
That sucks.
So, like-
it's like this is rough in the modern game to have a 6K before any buffs.
Okay, but
Climax
on the
combo.
positives, it's on bar, which I am a huge proponent that is like the best trigger for a level 1 combo. You know, unless you're doing standby stuff.
Yeah.
You're pretty much guaranteed to always hit your level 1 combo if you have bar. And it does have a bonder to it, so all things considered, outside of the power, it seems like a pretty consistent combo.
Am I still up on bar? I don't know. Bar doesn't have a soul trigger.
Bar does not have a soul trigger.
That's rough.
I'm still up on bar. I still believe. Are you still up on door?
No, door doesn't have a soul trigger. It's not as good.
You're down on door.
No, door's still pretty good. But
I think
bar,
I like bar better than door.
at least when you get bars to your hand, you can slam them and get soul. So
I
yeah,
love bar.
I'm still down with bar. We'll give it a D+ for bar. But yeah, this is
a
rough.
Rimikin deck, but don't try to shove this in anything that's not the Rimikin deck.
I think the only reason you could even get away with playing this modern is that you can sack a card that somehow lived that you plus with before for power to maybe get some stuff. Or you got to try to get to 1 first and just snipe a couple cards and realize
that's
you're
something
never.
that you can let happen pretty easily in this Rimikin deck is let yourself go to 1, slam 2 or 3 Ruis, get your reverse, do the thing,
And then just accept that you won't be able to do it later. Just do it once.
You know what?
and you're done.
Maybe you don't get like triple combo off all the time either, but throughout the game, since you're triggering the bars so often, just anytime you have an errant bar in your hand, you can slam one of these down from your hand in a weak lane, or even search one up with a bond effect. So maybe you're not getting like a big triple combo the second you hit level 1, but like throughout the game, you can probably like snipe lanes with this. Get your pluses that way.
that's kind of what I did as well. Like you gotta we just had Advanced Wars come out in the United States, Advanced War Remastered. Andy's a huge fan of Advanced Wars, as I am myself.
I've watched you play it once. All right.
You watch me play and not be very good at it, but that's fine. You gotta master tactician. Like they talk about corporate powers or whatever, or like your commander's powers. This is one of those ones where you gotta outsmart your opponent, put it where they don't expect it whenever you get to level 1, and then get your reverse on their 0 PP poo poo character.
All right, I think we can move on. Simple card.
Yeah.
Matt, go ahead with this one.
This is the Ghost Patrol Squad Leader Ichi. This is the card Carmen was talking about earlier. It also climaxes with the Ghost Patrol climax at level 3 there. When this card is placed on a stage from your hand, draw 2 cards, choose one of them from your hand, and place it in the waiting room. So it's a filter, so you can dump your excess bars for refresh. And then the climax combo is pay 2, place 1 card from your hand into the waiting room. When this card attacks, and that's the climax in the picture there, is in your climax shot, and you have another and I believe that is Ghost Patrol Squad Tamao.
Yeah, you need the Tamao on the field.
Yeah, you need the Tamao. Like, the Tamao's like a mega enabler in this deck. So basically, you can do 1 Tamao, 2 Ichi, 2 Tamao, 1 Ichi, 3 Tamao. You can't do 3 Ichi, no Tamao. It just doesn't work. You may pay the cost. If you do deal 4 damage to your opponent, choose one of their characters and give it negative 2,000 power. I really like this. I think it's strong. Back in 2023, this was like a big deal. Or, I'm sorry, not 2023. This is 2023. Back in 2018, this is a big deal. I don't know if it's still good or relevant, but it was good back then. I still enjoy it.
It's nice that you can mix and match it with the Clock Kicker. If you need big damage, you can go for more Ichis. The Burn 4s, if they're closer to dying, you can go for the Clock Kicks instead. This also pairs nicely with the Tamao. Because it shrinks them by 2,000, so then you can get the reverse with the Tamao. But if you go for like double Ichi and then 1 Tamao, you have the big burn 4s up front, and then the Clock Kick with the Tamao to seal the deal, and minus 4,000 across from her.
Yeah, it's sweet. I love this card. This is a
more often than not, I think you're gonna be forced to go Ichi one Tamao. I think that's probably the only way you'll get the reverse.
I think that's fine though.
I mean, yeah, I think
it's nice having the Clock Kick at the end and the burn 4s up front.
Well, you hope you land the 4. I don't know. It's a lot. That's a lot of damage.
I don't know. I'm a big believer in the Remikin deck. I think 8 bars like a really nice trigger lineup just for pushing damage. And having that like big burn and the Clock Kicks at the end, like I don't know, everything just seems to work really well together in this deck because of all the bond effects.
You can just put your damage on your characters now. That's in the top right corner. It's even on level 0s. But it's been a long time, old man.
Oh my god, Bar still. I'd still like Bar, man.
Dude,
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
If I was a Climax, I'd be reincarnated as Bar.
You think?
That's powerful.
Yeah, that's some real dude. I should write anime. That should be my occupation.
I'd be
reincarnated as old Bar.
My life reincarnated as a Bar.
All right. Back to Andy.
All right. This is passionate
this
gaze.
Is Rui.
Passionate gaze. Rui Akikaze. She's thinking about her beloved Tamao Tomoe. When you play this from your hand, look at 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them back in any order, and then this bonds. So you discard any card from your hand to grab one of either of these 2 cards from the left. So this bonds to 2 different cards, so some nice utility there. And you have like a top check 2 on it. Top check 2 on it. I guess this depends really how good the cards you bond to it are. And Matt's saying it's a trap.
I know the bottom one is good, but I think the top one's just like a useless beater. If I remember correctly.
What do these other 2 cards do, Matt?
Okay,
like
so
the
that
Admiral
Kamau, the top one's actually really good. The other one
I
just
got it in
grabs
reverse.
the Rui. I like the 1/1 Tamao. The bottom one is playable as well, but in terms of this actual card, I have sat in Discord chats with like fellow Revue fans and passionately like just shat on this card because it's not good and it's not relevant. Like it isn't as good as what other stuff
I don't know.
deck
Top checking doesn't do anything for you in this deck.
Okay, I'm looking at the cards it bonds to. That's the important thing here. Level 0 with the sword.
Way better than this card. Just play the cards that it bonds to because
the card and both the other cards have bonds themselves. Okay, so this bonds to 2 different bonders. I think that's the power of it here. The level 0 it bonds to can bond to either your primary back row with the sacrifice effect or your level 1 combo.
Oh, it's like a bridge. It's a bridge.
Yeah. And then the level 1 that it bonds to your Wing Tengu Ichi and then the 2/1.
It's like Small World.
Is the Bob's Discount Furniture of Revue Starlight. Just cut the middleman out. Buy your mattress directly from,
Well, sometimes you need your small world, dude. Like sometimes you just don't open your card. And
Sometimes you need a mattress today, and you have this card in your hand that can get you any mattress you want.
Yeah, I think
that's the point.
it's a bridge.
Disney.
Yeah.
It's a small world after all, but the world is too big for this card.
I mean, it's
just not a good
whatever.
card.
I think you can play it as a one of. It's just like
it's just a bridge.
Just, it gets you anything else, which gets you anything else.
It's just part of the
but
bond
you can
tree.
actually just skip this step and just use the card on the bottom here in the picture. The I forget what that hooded something, Tamao. But yeah, I don't like this card that much, and I don't like the card after it. The Bento Amongst the Blooming Sakura. That card is also a trap, but we'll get to that one in the next slide.
Maybe in Weiss you see so many cards, Andy. Matt's right. You just play the other ones.
I don't know. Well, at least the level 0 is a really good bond card, but maybe the level 1 bonder isn't that good. So maybe you just wouldn't play the level 1 that this goes into anyway, at which point you would just rather have the level 0 than... Because if bonding to both halves isn't useful, then I guess it's not particularly useful.
Yeah, because, like, the other cards that are in there that bond, one of them bonds directly to the Wing Tengu Ichi, which you just want to have the Wing Tengu Ichi and the 1/1 big girl Tamao, like the one that's on the cover of the box. That I'm a big girl now, like that you want that card. You don't want to bother with the bridge.
All right. Okay, let's.
What is this Blooming Sakura's card, Matt?
This is Blooming Sakura Under the Sun, Fumi and Tamao, and this is an S for skip for me. It's just,
S for skip.
Yeah, like skip is in skip playing this card, skip looking at this card.
Pay 1, ditch a climax, choose a card from a clock. Oh God, never mind.
Wait.
You see what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah.
Pay 1, ditch a climax. Wait, that's as an act ability. You can do this repeatedly. Ditch a climax, salvage a card from your clock. An 8 bard. It's a good out for all your climaxes, but I mean, I guess you already...
I get to pay 1 to put more climax into my clock. It's something that Fate does for free.
Here's the red pill, Andy. You can also ditch your bars to bond, because they're not character bonds; they're just bond in general. So like,
I don't know why you'd ever do this when you have all the.
Yeah,
bonds,
you have so many other bonders. Okay, I can dig that.
All right, back to Andy.
Yeah, this is a good card.
We have karaoke time.
Yeah, this is the idol of the room, Yuyuko and Ichi.
When you play this on stage from your hand, you can pay 1, discard a climax, salvage a climax. Okay, so this switches your gold bars around. I like that.
Yeah, this is actually relevant to get your level 3.
And then it bonds to your level 0. I like this, actually.
The X swap.
I like this card a lot. It's a 2 or 3 of, in my opinion.
The climax swap that gets you into your other bonder to get into your level 1 combo is... I can dig that.
In the story, they actually go to a karaoke bar and they find out the one chick's an idol, and that's what the name of the card is, the idol of the room. This is a 2 or 3 of in my book.
All right. 1-0. What did we say this character's name was again?
This is the Fumi, and this is a 2 of. You play it in the back row.
It's a global 5. It bonds to the finisher, and you can rest it to give any of your characters 1,000 power. The global 5 and pump 1,000 makes your level 1 swing in at 75 with climax. That's actually fairly reasonable. Matt's right. You probably do have to play 2 of this card.
Plus, it bonds to your finisher Ichi, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. The fact that it bonds to the currently in the current meta, the better part of the finisher. Yeah, you definitely probably got to play 2 of this.
Yeah, I can dig that. It probably feels a lot better than it reads, I bet.
I think it's because you're level 1 combo, you're shackled to such a small combo. This is more than fine.
Yeah, this is BR for back row, or BRH for back row hero.
All right, Matt, that's 1-0.
All right, this is the 1-0 Tamao that I was gushing over, just absolutely gushing over in the previous slides. But This bonds to your Wing Tengu Ichi and the Brainstormer. The one thing that really sucks about green is your Brainstormer is a 2-1 back row assist. Like, if that card was even a 1-1, it would be it'd be H for hot. But this Tamao has the continuous ability. If you have other Revue characters, it gets plus 3k. So it's a 1-0 that's 6k. It bonds with Wing Tengu Ichi, which is relevant because you dig through your deck using the Wing Tengu Ichi. If you can't find your Brainstormer, you grab the Brainstormer. And then when this card is placed onto the stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, you choose one of the 2 cards that it bonds to and place it in your hand. This is like a 2 or 3 of. It kills some stuff. It's like a B.
It
I
bonds the 2 cards that you need. So
I guess if it's your Brainstorm, that's good. You could always just run another Brainstormer, like a level 0 from like one of the other schools.
Yeah, yes and no here. Yes, you can run the Pandora, or you can run the Juna Brainstormer from set 1, but that's also a trap because your Brainstormer bonds to your finisher Tamao, and if you're having trouble getting the finishing Tamao, or if you don't start with it in one of your either your starting 5 or your first card you draw, you can sometimes really struggle to get a Tamao or get multiples of them. So that's why the Brainstormer that you got to play is basically that green one. Plus, if you want to play, I'm trying to think if there's an event in the. Yeah,
There
if you
is.
want to play
It's the money
event,
counter. That's probably the big payoff for Rimikin.
yeah, if you want to
Full
play
field.
the event, you got to play all Rimikin, and that's just why that 2-1 Brainstormer is so important. Let's take a look at that card next. Andy, you're up.
yeah, it's yours, Andy.
Okay, we have the
This is
Rui,
Rui,
right? Ghost
Yeah,
Patrol
this is
Rui.
Ghost Patrol Squad Rui Akazis.
Yep, level assist. So that gives your Tamao finisher some extra power to get the reverse. Bonds to the Tamao, and rest 2 Brainstorm is interesting. That's a rest 2.
You
Um,
only
but at
play
least
it in this one deck. Yeah.
It bonds to what you need, and being a level assist on the Brainstorm's nice too. So
Yeah,
I
this
think
is a
in context, I
UF
like
for
it.
unfortunate playable. Like, you have to play this card in Remikin. Like, it just doesn't work well if you don't play this card. But the level assist is absolutely relevant, especially when you're bumping up Big Bertha and Idle Girl in the front row at the end of the game. Like, this is
you do need to get a reverse for Clock Kick. So
Ghost Patrol Squad Bertha.
yeah. We love the Ghost Patrol Squad. I stand Ghost Patrol Squad.
all right.
He's in chat for Ghost Patrol Squad. All right.
Next card, we got 2-1. What did you say? This Yuyuko?
Right. I think this is either it's Yuyuko.
It is a clock bomb for higher level cards, and it bonds to your finisher. Yeah, seems fine.
Yeah, this is one you play 1 or 2 of. What I like to do is if they stand out one of those big dumb who's the chick with the clock in her eye?
Kermit.
Well,
Yeah,
that card's banned, Matt. So you don't have to worry about it. Even Brandon, Brandon's the only one left playing her, and he can only play 2 by the rules. So you won't see her too often.
Back in the day, that was pretty good to stick a fork in her eye. But other than that, are there any big bad standby targets?
I mean, there's plenty of big things. It's just that
there's plenty of level 3s you'd kill.
Killing things that are higher than their level at level 2 isn't as good anymore. The same.
Sure, like all the Hololive decks, like just spam a bunch of early plays. There's a lot of early play stuff right now.
Yeah, but if the card being a 1/1 is what's the standard, is what I was getting at, as opposed to being a 2/1.
That's what it is. It's a KS for kill stuff.
It does do that.
I like that it bonds to your finisher on a level on an anti-change bomb. I like it.
Yeah, that's also important. Like for me, I believe this is either a 1 or 2 of whenever I had the full build going. The next card we're gonna look at here, it's another Ichi. It's largely laughable. It's a skip.
It is a skip. What is it? It's Gives a character 1,000 and bonds the other one. Yeah, you're right, Matt. That is a skip.
It bonds to the one that bonds to your.
Well, you're definitely right. You know more about this deck than anybody on Earth. But Jesus, that is a skip.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything relevant. Like,
doesn't do anything at all.
If I need to blow my nose during a match, that's the card I'm pulling out of my box.
I don't think
it gets your blonde girl, which then pumps the rest of your level 1 combos.
Yeah, but dude, you just draw
you have other cards to pump stuff that do anything meaningful more than this card.
I'm getting lost in the.
Okay, wait. Hold on. This card is a very important thing that makes it not an F. Actually, this card's a plussing bond. That makes me like it a lot more. This is not a ditch bond. This is an apple bond. This is pay 1.
Yeah, but
wait. Not. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it is. Read it. Look at the text. Pay 1. Apple bond.
I actually forgot that it does that because it's just.
I like that a lot better.
I overglossed so much, but you're playing a tight list in the first place. There's not a ton of flex spots, especially at your L0 game. Where I could see this being relevant is if we do not get the shop promo to Mao Ricky, maybe this becomes relevant, but I'd rather play the card that is next in our list than play this card.
Okay.
This is I
this
believe
one's
it is
back
my
to
turn, right?
Yeah, you can read it. I don't know her name.
Yeah, this is Yushiko Benkai Tamao Tomoe. And when this card is placed on the stage, you may put the top 3 cards of your library into the waiting room, and it bonds with your L1 combo, and it bonds with the I can't remember if that's a Ricky or not. I don't remember if we talked about that card yet, but both those cards.
Yeah, it was the first card. It like lets you sack your bonds to give power.
Yeah, this is
and it's the Ricky. Yeah, Takitsubo.
Yeah, this is R for relevant. But usually for me, what it came down to is you either play this card or you play that shop promo Ricky, which we do not know at this time if we're getting in English yet, but judging by how they gave out a literal billion of them in Japan, I would not be surprised if that like a league promo or something.
I like this card actually, Carmen. It bonds to your Takitsubo and your level 1 combo.
I think bonding to the Takitsubo means nothing.
What do you mean?
You're bonding to a card that goes to your back row to pay 1 punch yourself to pick up another card from your waiting room. When this card could... What? It's not a Ricky, Andy. That card can't attack and plus you in the same turn. So
yeah,
the fact that this bonds, it's not the card. The shop promo is not a Ricky either. The shop promo is a hand to clock, check 3 that does not plus. So you're playing this card, Andy. You discard bond to a Takitsubo, which you then put in your back row. You pay 1, rest itself, and clock yourself to salvage a level 1 or lower card, which is more often than not which card? Your level 1 combo, which this card also bonds to. So the second bond on this card is worthless.
No, if you want to be plussing, then you do it that way.
You're not okay, you're not plussing on the turn that you play it. Does that make sense? You play down this card.
No, you would be plussing. You go 1 for 1, you grab your Takitsubo, the Takitsubo pluses 1.
The Takitsubo quote unquote pluses 1, but the Takitsubo does not attack that turn. So it's effectively
it sits in your back. You want the Takitsubo to sit in your back row.
Not all game.
Yeah, usually
you don't want to use
push it up and try to push damage with it, but
the fact that it doesn't go positive on that turn means that the second line of text on this card does not matter.
I would disagree with
to your
that.
level 1. I like that it mills 3 in a deck with no deck speed. That's probably the most important part of the card, actually, is that it mills 3. I don't think bonding to your Takitsubo matters because, like, that's a card that if you don't
through deck 1, if you don't, that's pretty important.
If you don't see your Takitsubo by level 0, I guess this card mills 3 and then can like pick it up. I don't know. That seems like an extremely terrible play pattern to discard a card to grab a Takitsubo that also salvages. If the Takitsubo searched, I'd be more down. But the fact that you're ditching a card to grab a card to sit in your back row that also salvages just seems like terrible civ. That's like really bad. to me. That's like that seems like a struggle bus game losing line to me. But I don't know. Like I said, this card mills
really
3 and
depends. For me personally, like I also sometimes will just play this card and turn it sideways.
yeah, because it mills 3.
Not
I
worry
mean,
about bonding.
that's what I said. Mill 3 and bond to your level 1's probably good enough.
Yeah, and that's. I'm with you there, pal. I'm with you there, pal.
All right.
I'm ready to go on to this garbage level 0 combo.
What is it? Oh, this 2-1. What's her name again?
This is Fumi.
All right, this is
2-1 Fumi.
Yep.
When this attacks, it gets 1,000 power times the number of your other characters. And then combos with this bag. When you play the bag, it's in your front row. Choose a Revue character in your waiting room. Return to your hand. Choose a character. Gets 1,000. This is pretty stinky.
Yep, that's bad.
Yeah, this is UP for unplayable dog. Like this is just, it's a Fumi, and it's like one of those cutesy things that like if you want to get real experimental in the club, but I was Captain Experimental and not even Captain Experimental wanted this.
I mean, I guess maybe if you just really don't want to deal with that on reverse combo at level 1.
Then you're playing bag bar. I'd rather play 8
Yeah,
bar
then
with
you're
all these
playing bag
bonds.
book. You want to be playing 8 bars. Like that's, if this was
Yeah.
a bar climax, maybe you make an argument for it, but the name of this card is actually Balancing the Account Book Fumi. That's some boring stuff, dude. If we're slamming waifus, he wants to be balancing the book.
Good thing we don't have
she's
Zach on for
cooking
this
them
one.
up. Maybe she's cooking them up. She's
Yeah,
hiding.
She's cooking the books?
She's cooking the
Let her
book. This
cook.
is Wolf of Wall Street 101.
All right.
All right, last card. The hot. Fuck, what is it? The Hot Pot Master. That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
2-3 full
the
field
Hot
money
Pot
counter.
Master. This is the event, and or wait, the Hot Pot Master is the climax actually for the Fumi.
You must have a full field of Rimican, correct? Rimican only.
Yeah, this is I'm looking for the name of this
And then
card,
you give it
and I
1,500 power. Give any of your characters 1,500 power, and the lane you play it in, you can't take damage. But you have to have a full board of Rimican.
You do have to have 5 Rimican characters for this. It's a little bit hard to pull this off, but when you do, it's like super BA. I love this event. It's not as good as Aquarium, but the reason you go all Rimican is to play this event. I don't know how relevant this is in 2023 because this set did honestly come about 5 years too late.
The event is super relevant. The money counter. It's just tough to get because everything in this deck's so weak. It's gonna be hard to hold field.
Well, no,
full field condition sucks.
Full field condition is actually what makes the card irrelevant. Every deck that you want to stop with this has easy access to a bouncer that fucks you. So card isn't playable, unfortunately. At least not in this meta. I still play it
because there is that chance, dude. That you,
I mean, yeah, you probably slot into like you have a bazillion bombs, like, or not bombs. You have a bazillion bonds. So like, even if the card's dead, you just ditch it out, turn it into a playable.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's never not relevant. You're either ditching it or.
Yeah, I guess
the one
that is
thing
true.
that I remember that used to happen to me is I would stock this so much and just never have it, and that was fine.
All right. Well, that was green. That was the Rimican Bond Fiesta, the Ghost Patrol.
Yeah, it was fun.
We will see you all in red.